Well, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. Today we have a Metazoo video. I know that's not the norm for the channel, but I wanted to talk about a huge partnership and announcement that is coming up. Before we get in that, let me tell you about a much smaller partnership and announcement that's coming up. Metazoo has given us, the channel here at Kitchen Table TCG, the ability to have official playmats. So we have 6 official Metazoo playmats that are designed kind of by me with working with some artists. And they have official Metazoo logos. They have official Metazoo, images and stuff like that. They are fourth wall effect playmats. There's one for volcano, and there's one for snowing that has the abominable snowman. There's one for desert. My favorite is the Jersey Devil one, the space or the nighttime one with the UFO grabbing up the Jersey Devil. You've got forest with Bigfoot in there. Again, officially licensed Metazoo playmats, and even a Mothman lurking in the distance in the night. So those are available over at over at Captain's Market, which is where I put all of my merch and stuff like that. They are pre-order and they're going to come out. Hopefully I'll be able to get them by September. We'll get them shipped out on September 1st. So head on over to captainsmarket.com if you're interested in that. All right, let's hop in and talk about the Metazoo announcements. Super spicy, super incredible. First off, Steve Aoki hopping on board as a co-founder, I believe they said, a co-founder and partner, fully employed as a full equity partner and co-founder. Now let's talk about what that means. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know exactly what that means, but what it means is that Steve Aoki is in this big time. He is hopped in big time with the zoo. He is Team Metazoo. May the zoo be with him, and he's going to be there. So he will. He does have Aoki's Card House. He'll be doing live breaks, YouTube streams. Metazoo, where this really is, I think, is a lot of money. Steve Aoki, I'm sure, brings a lot of money, which opens up a ton of doors for Metazoo and for Mike, who, we had a great interview on the channel with Mike a couple days ago, and just a guy who had a vision and a dream, and now he's gonna, this is the dangerous part. You have a guy with a vision and a dream, and now you have a guy with a vision and a dream with money, and things can really take off when you have those two things. And so I think this is a really big deal for Metazoo. So Steve Aoki is there, man. It's awesome. They're excited. It's great. And then Shaw is the chief operating officer. I'm sure that's great. I don't know anything about Shaw. Shaw, welcome to the official team. Glad you're here. I have had some emails with Shaw. He's a good dude. But, Steve Aoki, Shaw, I'm sure there's just not, we're glad you're here, Shaw. All right. Then they've got the release. They've got those kind of out, which we've known. Here's another big one. Channel Fireball is going to be bringing the card game to Australia and New Zealand. That's great. But then Peach State Hobby, PhD, which is a huge distributor in the Flesh and Blood world. That is the smaller distributor, the big distributor that handles a lot of the smaller store accounts. And this is great. Golden Distribution going to continue to carry it as well. So there is now two distributors, from my understanding. Golden will continue core hobby distribution as well to complete. So maybe that might just be I don't know. Who knows? I don't know what that means. I know they do the comic book, so maybe that's just the comic book stuff. But here's another, this is where I'm starting to say, the money that Steve Aoki brings in is stuff like this. Metazoo is proud to announce it's working with Topps on a Series 1 trading card set and Series 1 collectible sticker set. So this is what they did with Pokemon. Remember those Pokemon Topps cards? Pokemon Topps. Remember those Pokemon Topps cards that they looked like this? And that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be doing these, I think, with Pokemon, with Metazoo cards. And that's going to be really cool. And it's going to bring Metazoo, I think, into the limelight, into this kind of new, Topps is a big name. So that's pretty cool. TCG Player, we already knew this, but TCG Player is going to have, you can buy singles on TCG Player now. Whatnot is going to do something. That one's not as big of a deal. I don't know. I guess you can buy stuff on Whatnot. I don't shop on Whatnot, so I don't really know what that means. Collecticon, pretty cool. Create a powerful presence at various conventions worldwide. Metazoo has done a huge job, a really great job this summer, being at tons of these conventions. A really great way for the game to grow. I wish that, you know, I have people ask me all the time, is Flesh and Blood going to be at a convention? That would be so cool. Maybe once COVID's over and, you know, the LSS team can get over here from New Zealand, they'll put an emphasis on that. That'd be great. But Collecting Con, pretty cool. And then Michael and Steve have been working closely with PSA, BGS, CGC, and DGS to bring Metazoo fans top tier grading services. So this is awesome. This is coming out right in the line with Cryptid Nation, their first set being officially launched on the 30th. Super exciting. We're going to have a couple more sets, Nightfall Wilderness, and then the UFO set, which is the most exciting one, on July of next year. 1 year from now, we will have a UFO set, and I will be happy. So pretty exciting, pretty huge news. I think this is really good for Metazoo. A lot of capital now behind the game. This is going to have legs. I played the game the other night, actually last night, with my friend. I'm still waiting on my bundles. Those of you who are waiting on the Cavdane's Market bundles, I have not gotten all of the decks yet. I got like one box of like 3 or 4 of the decks. And I'm still waiting on all the decks, so I can't ship it out yet. But that being said, I did play with those 3 decks the other night. The game's a lot of fun. It's good. It's different than Flesh and Blood. It's a completely different attitude. This is not I don't think that this is going to compete with Flesh and Blood. This probably competes I don't think this really competes with Magic. This is a new thing. I think this is it encompasses a lot of old things to create itself a new niche in the market. It's gonna be really cool. And now that it has the money of Steve Aoki behind it, and another partnership with Shaw, like somebody who executive team to help out Mike. I mean, that was one of my biggest concerns when I was doing the interview with Mike, was like, how much can Mike really handle by himself? And it looks like he's bringing on people. So pretty awesome. Super excited. I love TCGs. Metazoo's a lot of fun. I really love the fourth wall effects. That's why I wanted to do these fourth wall effect playmats, and I reached out to Mike, and I'm so honored that he said yeah. Like, I wish I could do this I wish my my Flesh and Blood mats could have the Flesh and Blood logo. That would be pretty cool. But they can't. So like, this is sweet. Like, I'm super honored. I'm super excited to bring you official play mats that you can order now. And like, I'm super excited about that. I'm excited about the game. This is not going to become a Metazoo channel. We are going to do occasional Metazoo content. This is still a Flesh and Blood channel. You don't need to worry about that. I love other TCGs though too. I love, not as much Magic anymore, but I love the idea of like learning new stuff and seeing what else is on the market. So we will be doing mostly 100% Flesh and Blood content. I do have an extra 10% to give you, so I'll give 110%, and that 10% will be other content, probably Metazoo for a long time, for a while, unless something goes wrong, which I do not think is going to happen at this point with all these things going on. So I'm stoked to collect these Pokemon Topps cards, or these Metazoo Topps cards. Like, these were like when I was a kid. Like, the nostalgia is so there for these. Like, look at this. Tell me the nostalgia is not there with that Charizard, right? Like, tell me that doesn't give you nostalgia. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember, be kind to the people around you, and then head on over to cavdanesmarket.com if you're looking for an official Metazoo playmat, and pretty cool. We'll talk to you in a little bit.